Donald Trump's 6'3". So Vladimir actually had to look up at him. So if anybody needed to be intimidated, okay, with body language, it would have been short Vladimir. Okay? Donald Trump's smart enough to realize that we do need Russia's help. And just FYI, Russia's not the only country that has tried to meddle, and they've been trying to meddle in our elections since the 1940s. There's spies in our country, and we have spies in their country. You ever see the movie Spies Like Us? I know a little different, possibly. But the fact is, there is no collusion with Donald Trump. They want to keep this narrative alive just to put the suspicion, and those who drink the Kool-Aid, the snowflakes in America that believe this crap coming from CNN and MSNBC and ABC and all these networks that have nothing better to do than try to smear a sitting U.S. president. And I give it to Joe Biden. He took the higher road and said he did not want to say anything negative to a sitting president. That is just not appropriate. Wow. That's all I got to say. So, very patriotic move on Joe Biden's, and more of those on the left should be able to look at this. And a lot of people say, Joe Biden's looking at 2020, says, I'm not thinking about it. It's probably not the right time for me right now. But Biden said that he's not closing the door on the presidential race in 2020. But he, honest to God, made up his mind about that. And he's rather focused on his book and on Democrats winning the upcoming off-year elections, is basically what he's saying. He says, but I've been around too long, Biden says. I'm a great respecter of fate, but who knows what the situation is going to be a year and a half from now, and I don't have any idea. I'm in good health now. I'm in good shape. Knock on wood, as my mother would say. I don't know. That's the truth. Biden also discussed writing his book, a memoir to his son, Beau, as many of you know, followed a battle with brain cancer. So we might see Biden actually running for 2020 if his health, as he puts it, holds out. And he said in a later occasion of the Sunday shows, I quote, what did he say? If I'm going to say I quote, I want to make sure, if they can't find anybody better. Thank you. If they can't find anybody, chances are they probably can't. I like the aspects of Joe Biden. He's a likable guy. Like that he took the train, blue-collar kind of guy from Delaware. I just don't like the politics and what they do. They have really just differing views on conservatism. Well, they're not conservative, obviously, and just different directions, diametric, and it's a shame, but they are diametrically opposed. As much as the Democrats say that we're taking us back 100 years, Democrats taking us to the cliff, the abyss of points of no return, to where we won't even look like America, probably won't even talk, won't even have English as our primary language. And people scoff and say, oh, that'll never happen. Don't be so quick to say that. Many people think we could have talked Mandarin Chinese by now. The amount of debt that's owed to China for our national debt as the trillions rack up. The American Action Network is launching an ad campaign and talking about taxes, which many of us pay for our homes, etc. This action committee is trying to help out Americans with their ad campaign. It's a lot of money, $1.5 million, to House of Representative districts that are most affected by the state and local tax deduction, according to this morning's Politico Playbook. The ad campaign aims to promote the benefits of tax reform in states targeted by the campaign, which is California, Illinois, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania, according to Politico. And then on Sunday, Representative Kevin Brady of Texas, guaranteed that the House plan to keep state and local tax deductions would win out over the Senate's plan to remove them. So we'll see if that actually has some traction. Washington, of course, trying to look at ways that they can introduce this tax rollout to be able to prop up the middle class. And seemingly, according to Paul Ryan and others on the right, this could possibly pass. And this would be a huge victory. And this would be really great momentum for the Trump administration if going in and rolling into Thanksgiving, we could have a legislative victory. I mean, there has to be something that passes. Please, America needs a break. Taxes need to be lowered. People are hurting. Businesses are hurting. Families are hurting. This needs to happen to stimulate people's personal economies at home. And you know who you're talking about. You know, there's only so far a dollar can go these days. It always amazes me when I go to grocery stores and I'm like, gosh, wasn't lettuce just? Wasn't butter just? Wasn't bacon just? It certainly does not keep up with inflation. So when somebody says multiple streams of income to you, and you can make some extra bucks on the side by repurposing something, I know people that do it. Extra money on the side because their jobs are not keeping up with basic bills, with taking care of a family. Well, can't do it. They just can't do it. So I am, believe me, one that is all for doing this, and I believe that it will ignite a fire in the U.S. economy and for small businesses to take root, for those that have great ideas or companies that want to employ more people and want to expand will be able to do it, and families will finally start being able to take that vacation that they've been looking to take, being able to take an extra, $50 and throw towards that credit card to pay off that debt. We need help. We need relief. And there's, no excuse for this not to pass. Republicans, you got to get this right. Whatever you got to do to lean into the aisle. And there has been a lot of leaning to the left to see what we can put in there and what not to take out. Because, the accusatory rhetoric is there's too many breaks for the rich. And you're just doing this for your friends. And that's all I hear. For your friends, your friends, your friends. Folks, think Americans, those that do not have enough money to even pay the basics. The basics, folks. Their mortgage, their car payments, things like that. That's pretty bad. And that's a lot of people in America. And that's Main Street, folks, not Wall Street. We'll be back right after this.
This thing called life, we're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew is I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it. Don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Wounded Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
For the people is there.
Your American heritage. Above the winter cold waters of the Potomac, atop a hill, a modest brick home. It is February 11th, 1732, and in that snug home, Mary Washington gives birth to our first president. The only president, by the way, to celebrate 2 birthdays. 20 years later, the calendar was revised to add 11 days due to a previous error. Thus, for the rest of his life, George Washington often celebrated 2 birthdays, or alternated one year to the next, February 11th or February 22nd, whichever one he happened to fancy. This has been Don Keyes with an interesting tidbit of Americana on this edition of Your American Heritage.
Your American Heritage can be heard Monday through Friday right here on stations across America, courtesy of For the People.
Introducing the official For the People coffee mug, featuring the colorful red, white, and blue For the People logo with Keith Allen on a ceramic 11-ounce coffee mug, perfect for any hot beverage of your choice. This mug is a great reminder of what we stand for: God, country, and family, with conservative values and good old-fashioned common sense. To order your For the People coffee mug, pay just $20 plus $3.99 shipping and handling at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And enjoy.
With all the choices out there to enjoy some entertainment, wouldn't it just be nice to have something that didn't cost an arm or a leg? I found something that does just that. It's called 123 Ready TV. It's one of the most remarkable apps available to start watching all of those movies and TV shows for one incredible price, just $19.99. And that's a one-time only price. Recap: all your movies, current and classic, and sports and news, and so much more. So cut the cable and stop spending money at the movies when you can truly have it all at your fingertips. No commercials, just all the entertainment you desire. 123 Ready TV is available for Windows and all Android devices. Get your 123 Ready TV for just $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page to get yours now and start enjoying entertainment the way it was supposed to be. Fun.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate online at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
And welcome back, America. Keith Allen and For the People on a Monday. You may have heard the news about Liz Smith. Liz Smith was a premier gossip columnist, and she died at a ripe old age of 94. Liz Smith, known as the Grand Dame of Dish, or the Tanya of Dish, one of the most prominent gossip columnists in the country for decades, died in New York from natural causes. Literally, Agent Joni Evans, she confirmed the news to the Associated Press yesterday. She was known as a wonderful lady, and started out as a Texas-born Southern Baptist with blonde hair with a bob. She began penning her columns under her own name at the New York Daily News in 1976. And 3 years later, during a newspaper strike in New York